Welcome back, everybody. Some striking new numbers in the presidential race out today from NBC News showing a growing lead for Joe Biden after last week's train wreck presidential debate for Donald Trump. Biden's lead jumping to a whopping, as you see there, 14 points nationally in the poll conducted after the debate, but before the president's coronavirus diagnosis. My friend Ali Vitale is following the Biden camp and joining us from Washington. Ali, so good to see you. Wow. Seeing this poll is pretty astounding. I'm sure the Trump camp not necessarily happy about it. I had us pull some of the polling numbers from Clinton around this time in 2016. Yeah. On October 4th, 2016, she was leading by 6 points, 46 to 40. So it really shows you the breadth of the distance that Biden has right now in this 14-point lead. So talk us through the reaction you're hearing from the Biden camp.
Well, because Yasmin, it's important that you bring up that context, because when I'm out on the road talking to voters, what people have said to me when they see that Biden is leading is, yeah, well, Hillary Clinton was leading at this point too. And that's true, but Biden's margins are bigger than where Hillary Clinton's were. And so it's an important caveat, especially as you look at the race over time. There's a great overtime graphic that's in our NBC News story on this poll that shows the race had been pretty consistent with Biden ahead, but not by a huge margin. And then after the debate in this poll that we just put out this morning, you can really see those two lines, Trump and Biden, just diverge. That 14-point gap really highlighting just the chaotic nature of that debate stage. There was another number, frankly, that also stood out to me in that poll, and it was the way that voters reacted to the candidate's temperament. Biden leads Trump in the temperament category by over 30 points. And so those are no small numbers there. Those are really big margins. Voters sending pretty decisive messages with the way that they viewed that debate stage. But the important thing about that poll, though, is it was taken after the debate, but before President Trump's coronavirus diagnosis. And that's really the thing that is further sending this race into turmoil. And so for the Biden campaign, they're out there saying that what they're going to do to hold on to that lead is basically what they've been doing. You've seen advisors over the Sunday shows this morning saying that they've adhered to CDC guidelines over the course of the last few months. You'll remember at the beginning of this pandemic, there was some mocking, frankly, of the Biden campaign decision to keep the candidate in the House and off the trail. But that has obviously changed in the last few weeks. Both Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have been campaigning out on the road and doing so safely. We did learn overnight, though, from the Biden campaign that they're going to be making a change in terms of how they talk about the regular tests that Biden has been getting. The campaign telling me last night they're going to start releasing the results of all of Biden's coronavirus tests from this point forward. So we know he was supposed to be tested today. We're waiting to see what that result is. But that is one of the marked changes in this, where the day-to-day is not changing that much, but the overall state of the race really couldn't be more different, Yasmin.
Hey, Ali, just quickly, I know that we had some news with regards to the debate. Joe Biden essentially saying he'll show up if the president is ready and coronavirus-free. At the last debate, there was an honor code system in which they had the results of the coronavirus test, but it was an honor code. They weren't necessarily tested on site. Will Joe Biden be demanding that Trump and all of the folks surrounding him that will be attending the debate be tested on site versus working off of an honor code system?
Look, in retrospect, especially given all of the things that have happened just in the few days since that debate, that seems like a demand that could come out. His campaign team, though, being really clear this morning on the Sunday shows that if there is a debate and if President Trump is able to debate based on his status with coronavirus, that Joe Biden will be there. Yasmin?
Thank you, Ali. Good to see you. So Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is saying that he's moving ahead with confirmation hearings as planned for Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett, despite a growing number of senators testing positive for COVID. 3 Republican senators, including 2 on the Senate Judiciary Committee, contracted the virus. This is coming as a new NBC News Wall Street Journal poll showing 50% of voters say they prefer the Senate to wait to fill the Supreme Court seat until after the election. With that, I want to bring in Democratic Senator Bob Casey from Pennsylvania. So